Okay, our best value of the day. I said this earlier, it is like getting a custom solid bangle bracelet of your choice, made for your wrist, but for the first time ever in a stretch design. So one size will fit most, choosing the most beautiful premium turquoise we have, and then even down to the sterling silver. Remember, you can see the hammered design. I will tell you this, that is a task in itself, doing curved. I mean, all that by hand in a hammered sterling silver, being perfectly measured. The fact that every single one of these pieces, and this is the brand new, first time ever white magnesite, which has been absolutely on fire, but taking those stones in the natural gemstones and custom cutting and curving them to perfection is the most difficult task Jay's team and craftsmen have ever been given. So much so that they worked on it for over 4 years. That Thulite, by the way, that has been probably one of our most popular selling in that gorgeous natural gemstone, only from Norway. We'll tell you more about that. I already sold out of the matching ring to the Thulite. So just to give you an idea how popular these pieces have been. You heard, or you're just tuning in, what is happening in the world of lapis. The fact that we're able to do this in natural, premium, gorgeous lapis as well. It's a dream come true. Now here's the best bet. One day only price at $99.98. On top of that, 5 monthly flex payments on the entire Tucson Gem event. So break up your payments over the next 5 months. We'll ship this right out to you within 48 hours. You'll receive it within the next 5 to 7 working days. Of course, your unconditional 30-day money-back guarantee. Can you hear my excitement on this today's special? And the other thing before we welcome in Jay, I wanted just to mention the matching pieces. I've been wearing the 18-inch, I've been wearing the 36-inch necklace in the turquoise, but we have those available for you in all the matching gemstones to the today's special. So your lapis, your Thulite, and your white magnesite. We also have matching earrings, and I was just told by our wonderful gal that keeps me together 100%, Dee, she said, Lynn, take off the Thulite ring. Did you, Dee? She said, because it is gone. So the matching ring now in all of the gemstone choices. Normally we have sizes 5 through 12, getting down to last call. Speaking of last call, if you have your heart set on the natural turquoise, I wanna say fewer than 700 at this point to go around. Okay, yes, correct. So many of you, thank you for your comments on Facebook. During this presentation, I'm gonna try to read off as many of those as I possibly can. Jay King is joining us via Skype. Jay, a quick question, and of course we're gonna get into this today's special, but every time we put it up on the screen, we get so busy, we don't have enough representatives to answer the calls. So if our gals can use, and guys, hsn.com or download our app, especially as we're getting down to final quantities, that's what I'm gonna encourage everyone to do. Pat was just asking on Facebook, are you going to be able to go to the Tucson Gem event this year?
You know, thank you for asking that. And so think about this. In 44 years of professionally doing this, this is the first year that we haven't been able to do Tucson. Yeah. Tucson right now, because it's a great question. Most of the people that come in, that's what they do. They come in from all over the world. In most cases, the majority of the people, all of my mining friends, you know, there are American miners, but there's people from all over the world. It's the world's largest gem and jewelry event. And so they've rescheduled it for April 10th, okay?
Interesting.
I'm hoping that's gonna be the case. Right now, that's what they're saying, April 10th. So it's the first year that we haven't been able to open in February. In fact, Marty, who owns the Kingman mine, he texted me the other day and he said, you know, Jay, in 42 years, this is the first time I haven't been in Tucson right now setting up my booth. So, yeah, but it will come. We will get back in the saddle. And right now, it's going to be in April. And then if not in April, I'm sure we'll have the event in September. By September, I guarantee, well, I can't guarantee anything, but if things keep progressing like they are, by then, surely they'll be able to enter the country.
Thank you, Jay. Okay, let's talk about this today's special now. Now, this is something like, unfortunately, the Tucson event, but you didn't think this would be possible, Jay. To explain that story.
Do you know what I really hate? Do you know what I hate about this design? The thing that I really just hate about it is
What?
I didn't think of it.
I was going to say, there is nothing to hate in a natural, gorgeous,
you know
custom
what?
bangle gemstone of these.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, right.
But
I get it.
I've been designing my entire life, and as a designer, sometimes you just go, God, I've done it all. I don't know what else to do. And so when this came to me about 4 years ago, and it was initially a drawing by our team. And I said, yeah, what a cool concept and what a great idea. Because what's the big thing with bangles, right? Bangles are great, they're terrific, they're stackable. There's so much but the big thing is your hand, I don't care who you are, your hand is bigger than your wrist, okay? That's just the way it is. The only time that's been not the case in my history is when I fell off my motorcycle one time and my wrist was as big as my hand, and I was in a cast. So, but that's the challenge, is how do you make it go over your hand and then not just bangle from your wrist. So when they first did this, they did the drawing. I thought, God, what a cool concept. Then we started the prototypes going back and forth. I shelved this. After about the third prototype, I just said, look, guys, this just isn't happening. Let's not waste any more time on it. It's a great design. I was just going to send the prototypes over to the retail store and sell them out. I mean, there's no way that this is what we call non-productionable, right? For us, that's what I thought. Thank God I have people that don't listen to me. So they love this so much. And I have to tell you, heartfelt, the people on my team, that they love this so much, they couldn't quit, they couldn't drop it. When I first priced this, literally, if we would have brought this on, Lynn, it would have had to be just under $400. I could have maybe brought it in at like $399, right? And that's why I shelved it, because I thought, what, as cool as this is, there's no way that that I'm really going to be able to sell. I never thought we were going to be able to do a today's special. That, because of my team, what they did, and here's the thing. Okay, we are amazing. I mean, we have people all of our people are artists. We have the best and the best. A lot of these people have been with me for over 30 years. Right. 30 years of doing this. But here's the key thing. When you've got a curved, okay, so cutting the actual bead portion of this for the bangle, okay, we can do that. We can cut the curve. But how do you drill that? You can't drill it straight. Do you see that?
Right.
So you take that piece, if you try to drill it straight, number one, you're going to break it. But number two, it's not going to lay, right? It would lay, they wouldn't lay on a curve. So that was the whole thing, and that's what we had to overcome. Also, you have to understand, when they drill these, they do this all by hand. They have to be exact. They have to be precise. And what they do is they actually drill it from both sides of the bead, and it's all measured. It's on a jig that we made, and that's how we finally overcome this. They made a jig, but every one of this, a machine doesn't do these. These are all hand done. Wow. Look how smooth that is, how it curves around. I mean, you can't hardly see where the even break is, like where the break is in the bead. No, and here again, that's all the silver work. Everything is done individually, one at a time by hand. This was a project of love. It took a long time for this to actually come to fruition, to actually be able to manufacture it. And I have to tell you, the thing that really brings it home for me is the response we had last night. When we launched this, again, this is something we've never seen. It's new, it's fresh. It's something that we have never done before. It's a whole new concept, a whole new idea. But just like so many of the concepts that I personally have had, I have some incredible designs, but once we made the prototype, you realize they're non-productionable. I mean, yeah, is it cool? Would you love for somebody to have that? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But it's going to be, it's going to be $1,000 or $2,000. Well, then that kind of invalidates what we do, which is giving you the biggest bang for the bucks. The things that are so unusual, so unique, but really just a scream and value. And that's what I believe that people are seeing in this, and they understand the amount of work that went into actually making this a reality.
And Jay, I need to give some updates here. By the way, if you are just tuning in, if we go back to Kenya for one more time, then I'll come back and tell you what's happening. Okay, Kenya has, I didn't see these two colors together, the lapis and the thulite together. Jay, again, there's not a bad one in the bunch here, but look at that combination. I mean, talk about, like you said, a multi-$1,000 bangle custom-made look on the wrist. I love that. I'm so glad you combined those two, because I wasn't even thinking. It would be, I always just think of the white magnesite going back with either the turquoise or, I love that. Here's the scoop, turquoise. Okay, Dre is my producer. Here we go. We have now fewer than 590 available in turquoise. And I know that sounds like a lot. This is, not where you have to worry about what size, because remember, one size will fit most. Why? Because this was a feat for the first time ever where it completely stretches right over your hand. And like Jay said, the unique thing is on these is that your wrist is smaller than your hand. And that is the most difficult thing for most people, right? In terms of putting on and taking off a bracelet. So you mastered that. Jay, what stood in my mind is when you said this is so meticulously cut in these curves, you don't even see where the break is. You don't even see. And the fact that they have to be drilled by hand to be able to connect this so precisely and perfectly, in that fact, unheard of. I want to remind you again, if you want the matching pieces, we already sold out of the Thulite in the ring, which is again that gorgeous raspberry. We sold out now of the turquoise, which is the magnesite in the ring. Lapis is still available. I want to say the white magnesite, but those are getting limited in the ring and in the necklaces and in the earrings. Now over 5,000, well over half the quantity of our best value of the day. And if you are just tuning in saying, I love that, I love the concept, it is absolutely beautiful, please keep in mind this is HSM. This is a today's special. We can honor this one day only price. It won't be repeated until it is completely gone. And with well over half the quantity and now counting down, we could very well be sold out of this turquoise by the end of this hour. By the way, there's a matching pendant that is also available. Going back to our best value of the day, we're live on Facebook. We love hearing from you. We are busy, busy, busy. Jay, with FlexPay, this is $20. What I'm gonna encourage everybody to do is just get it home and see for yourself as a gift, as a treat to you, to layer, to stack, to wear one on its own, to wear it next to a watch. Guess what? You could wear this every single day. These are strong stones, and they, even though it looks like a solid bangle, it's malleable, Jay. I'm rough on everything. I'm rough on my shoes. I'm rough on my jewelry. Bangle bracelets are one of my favorite looks, but they're difficult because, I'm always banging in if I'm on my computer or just banging into things in general. This, it like conforms and molds to your wrist. So, yeah.
What I love about this though too is, you kind of, what you're saying though, this is something that you'll find yourself living in. Okay, that you'll find yourself, wearing this. They're not what I think they're so cool is that they're things that aren't going to just sit in your jewelry box, right? These are things that you're going to live with day to day. You'll find yourself popping on, just like my cuff bracelets. I get up every morning and I accessorize for my day. Okay, depending on what I'm doing. I mean, if I'm working with my hands, I have certain things that I wear and I don't wear, certain watches that I wear or don't wear. If I'm going somewhere, if I'm flying, whatever I'm doing. But, it's your way of kind of like prepping for the day and getting ready. And what I love with this is that it's so simple, but this is something, it's so unique, it's so different, it's so comfortable, but it's something that you're going to wear on a day-to-day basis. And again, you look at this and you just have to think about this. The whole concept, it's a great concept. But the reality of being able to make this, you've never seen this in any kind of stones or natural stones or anything else. I've never seen the design at all. And the reason is, like I said, it took forever to actually figure out, to take it from concept to reality. And like I said, the very first prototype we made in turquoise, of course. And then we made several of those. It went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then I shelved it. I personally said, you know, guys, I mean, this is going to be close to $400. You know, we just can't, you know, I just don't see it. And we'll never be able to do, you know, any kind of quantity. If I can make 50 of them, it'll take like 3 months to make 50 of them. So just shelve it, forget about it. And of course, they didn't listen to me, which they often don't do, right? But thank God. And so the team loved this so much that they took the time, the effort. I'm not going to take credit for it. They actually figured this out, and I have to tell you, I'm so stoked because they're stoked. I've already talked to them. A lot of them, they are just so happy that people see the value and they understand how difficult this was to bring to you and what a challenge this was.
And congratulations to them. I mean, because my goodness, what a task, what a feat to accomplish, and they did it and everybody gets it. Speaking of gets it, fewer than 500 for the remainder of the day in the turquoise. And there's not another scheduled presentation on our best value of the day until 5 o'clock this afternoon. So yes, I'm gonna guaranteeing that will definitely be gone. In lapis, fewer than 900 now available. Thulite, right about 900 as well. I mean, they're all going quickly. Never did the beautiful magnesite in the white, never in 26 years, in the white as a today's special in the J. King line. That white, I was wearing it for the last 5 days. I'm telling you, it goes with everything. People are intrigued by it. What is that stone? It is so pretty. It matches everything in terms of white, gorgeous, natural gemstone. It's really hard to come by, and you're not gonna see anything quite like this. No two are gonna be alike, that's the other thing, so that's why many of you are ordering a few of these, getting them for gifts, treating yourself for Valentine's Day. I can't stress it enough as a today's special at $40 off. I mean, even that, when I heard Jay say to me today, earlier when we were doing our conference call about the show, he said, Lenny, honestly, he said, I priced this out originally at just under $400. That's what this would be. And it wouldn't have been a today's special, but it maybe would have been 50 of the Thulite, probably wouldn't even be the Thulite, probably would have been 50 of the turquoise if they could make it happen, and then maybe 50 of the lapis going into Jay's personal collection in order to make that happen. That was basically it. So thanks to his team and determination and making this happen as a today's special. Like I said, we weren't able to bring in many. That's why well over half the quantity, now almost 3/4 of the quantity on the day, have already been spoken for. But it is a treasure, and I say you're at the right place at the right time in this final moment. Wrapping thoughts, because we're also going to remind everyone, Jay, of the matching pieces going back to the today's special. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, here again, I don't want everybody, Magnesite is another, this was, just so everybody understands that we actually listen to our viewers. This has been one of the materials that people they've requested Magnesite and Howlite. They're very, very similar. I mean, they're just literally, they're almost identical. But this is a really beautiful Magnesite, but we also have a Howlite that looks the same color, that almost has the same context. People have been asking for this forever and ever and ever. A lot of people actually market this as a form of turquoise. It's not, okay? Yeah. But I have seen it marketed as turquoise. Yeah. And here again, this is the base material that a lot of the faux turquoise is made from. So this is your very first opportunity to actually have magnesite in your collection.
We are so excited for everyone on this today's special. Again, thank you for your patience. I know we're very, very busy. I'll keep you updated, especially on that turquoise. We want to match it.